We are back at the Branding Iron. Good family food every day with the Cougars Coaches Show. And today, it's a show of champions as we have the North Rock Creek slow pitch softball girls in the house. But first, we're going to come up with the Shaughnessy TV Assistant Coach of the Year, joining me and Athletic Director Evan Smith right after this. We are sitting now, Coach Evan Smith. I don't know if you know, but in the last softball game, I deemed Coach Mike Cox as the Assistant Coach of the Year, my man.
That's a great choice. Great choice. He's been a good one for our school. He's done a lot of great things for our school, for the kids of the school, and couldn't have a better choice.
Well, I'll tell you, he's picturesque too, because I took pictures of the 7th grade basketball team, the 8th grade basketball team, the 9th grade basketball team, the 10th grade. You're in every single picture, Coach.
Yeah, I am. I try to get in there, sneak in there. Yeah, Coach Smith graciously lets me get in there.
That's very good. But, you also get in there when it comes state tournament time. Last year at this time, you were fighting for a state tournament. You end up winning a state championship for the slow pitch.
Yeah.
Then in the fall, you were a part of the state championship run for the fast pitch that got cut off just short.
Yeah.
And now at basketball, you two both on the bench for first ever Cougar state championship appearance.
Yeah.
Man, what do you think? Sets teams apart that are able to succeed like the ones that you've been a part of the last 3 seasons?
Well, it starts with the players. We have good players that work hard, have good character. They enjoy each other. They have fun. Whether it's softball or whether it's basketball, we do a lot of stuff on and off the court and off the field together, and we have some good times outside of the competition. So it helps on the court. They all truly enjoy playing with each other. So that's a big positive.
Yeah, and head coaches don't make a difference at all. It's usually just the players, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah, obviously the guys, the coaches, and I mean, I've had a good run the last few years with Coach Smith and Coach Griffin, and I've also known them for a long time, even before North Rock Creek. So I knew what I was getting into when I came here to sign up with these two, and so it wasn't just by chance that I'm here. I knew the guys that I was going to be coaching with, and that we would coexist pretty good.
Hey, Evan, I know as a head coach, you've got so much to manage on your table. What's the importance of an assistant coach like Mike Cox beside you on the bench?
It's a huge blessing. Anytime you have someone that has the experience that Coach Cox does, and he dives into the game a lot more than a lot of people do as far as stats and worrying about schemes defensively, offensively. So yes, it's a blessing to have him and to have that as to fall back on, because a lot of times during the season you have questions and you second guess yourself on things, and so you can always run those things past someone like Coach Cox, and it makes it a lot better.
That's right. An assistant on the bench is just like an assistant on the floor or in the field. And today we get to talk with some state champions who have been in the field already for a state championship run, and they're coming back for more. We're excited to introduce to you next Coach Chance Griffin, and that'd be head coach Chance Griffin. At McElroy and Owens Funeral Group, your loved one never leaves our care. From your first phone call at the time of loss through final resting, we are with you. Stop by McElroy and Owens for a visit today. Family owned, The Branding Iron, a variety of great foods that everyone in your family is sure to enjoy. Order online or dine in. Make tonight every night at The Branding Iron. Harrison Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Labyrinth may help you feel better. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy. We are back at the Branding Iron. Good family food every day right here on the corner of Vision Plaza. And I've got state champion coach Chance Griffin along with athletic director Evan Smith. And Chance, man, coming in, how do you follow an act like Mike Cox?
It's going to be tough to do. He set a good example. I'm just going to try to hold that bar high like he said it.
I like that. I like that. When you say holding bars high, you've got a high bar this season with the slow pitch girls. Last year, you guys walked through that tournament, undoubtedly the best slow pitch team in the state. This year, you've got good senior leadership. You've got good underclassmen. Coach, the only thing that I'm wondering is how could you not get back there and roll again?
A lot of our runs, like we've said, just since we've been here, it's about matchups, about luck, playing right at the right time. And so far since I've been here, this senior group, when they were sophomores, they hit the ground running and kind of set that bar, like I said, high. And every year we've kind of been hungry. The first year made it to state tournament in slow pitch, and then won it the next year in a walkthrough, played about as good a softball as you could ask for. Same thing this year going forward. I think that it's all about how, when it gets to that time, we play a tough schedule. We'll be as prepared as we'll ever be, and when it gets there, playing right at the right time.
And Coach Smith, I'm interested in this because you've known Chance a long time. You've coached with him. You've led him as well as athletic director. What kind of question would you have for a state championship coach right now who's on your staff?
Thing about it is when these kids, when you're head coach and you kind of get in a routine and rhythm, it's always interesting to see how things are going to continue on, especially with having a core group coming back. So sometimes you have to get a little bit creative as a head coach. So that'd be my question to him is how do you keep, kind of like you said, how do you keep it rolling and how do you try to stay on top athletically?
I think something with that we've ventured into this year is making the toughest schedule. We play the best in 6A, the best in 5A down to 2A, Class A. Just try to play the best of the best and, kind of keep them on their toes with that. And, every game we go into now, being the state champs, everybody knows who we are. We're no longer that team that just started and getting lucky on stuff. And so we're going to get everybody's best, and that's something we look forward to with that tough schedule. And then hopefully, learning from that, progressing from that and all that. So keeping them and just keeping the camaraderie together like we have the past few years.
Well, talking about the best, we have two of the best with us today, and we're going to talk with them in a little bit. But also next Monday, you've got a tri-header with a couple of really good schools locally. That would be Tecumseh and Dale. These girls all know each other because they're all from the same region. How do you go into a matchup like that with two quality opponents and dominate?
Dominating would be the part that I'm anxious to see on, but I think it's a fun, it's kind of turned into a little bit of a rivalry and respect type of thing for those programs. And, they've been really good programs for a long time, and we're kind of coming up, and we're trying to really almost be like them in a way, and their winning traditions, and also kind of take that baton from them and maybe keep it moving forward, and playing them two in the same day is going to be a great crowd and really intense that I'm looking forward to. And we also know that game, however that happens, we know that there's a bigger goal at the end of it, but knowing how important those two are as well moving forward.
Yeah, those are two great communities with great following, just like North Rock Creek. Evan, tell me, when you go to scheduling and do the different things like that in your department, are you thinking about let's go play the best, or is that in every sport, or how does that work out for you?
It was really difficult at the very beginning because, when you're a new school just starting up, it's hard to get into the cycle of schedules because, teams have their schedules usually done, a couple years in advance. So we kind of had to take what we could get the first couple years. And then as the years have progressed, we've gotten to where we've kind of settled in now in the 4A, 5A area in most of our sports. And so that's what we try to do is try to get the competition where it's equal with ours. So that way, it's tough competition and the same size school for the most part.
Well, I'm one watching a lot of high school sports, and I firmly believe that it actually goes from the coaches down. You can really see a coach by how their team performs. And I understand Coach Cox, and he says that it takes players to win, and that is the truth.
Very
and
true.
We've got two great players here to talk to today. And first, I'm going to step away, talk with Caty Baak, and then you guys might talk a little bit about her, and then we'll come back with another senior, Katy Larsen, after that. You're watching the Cougar Coaches Show from the Branding Iron. Good family food every day right here. Bring your family in and enjoy the great atmosphere here from our friends with the Branding Iron.
This is Sean from Played Against Sports, where we pay you cash for your used sporting goods. Check out this great MVP Prime Fast Pitch Catcher's Mitt. New, $249.99. Played Against Sports, $139.99. Barely broke in, still new. With baseball season coming up, just wanted to let you know we've got a lot of great new models coming in. The new Marucci Cat X. It's a JBB bat. We also are getting the new Louisville Atlas, which if you've been on YouTube, you've seen the Bat Brothers review this bat. So this will be a very sought after bat and hard to get mid-season this year. Check out all these great used baseball and softball mitts we have. We're going to need yours with the upcoming season. So bring it in and we will pay you cash on the spot. Played Against Sports. We buy and sell new and used sports equipment.
We're at the Branding Iron, and I am with state champion Caty Baak. Katy, first of all, man, I saw you pitch 3 games in a row in slow pitch. Is that even legal?
Well, I'm technically the only pitcher right now that's been pitching for a while, so I have the most experience, but we do have some other pitchers that will take in for me when I graduate. So as of right now, I'm doing most of the work.
Yeah, I know that there's like limits on some sort of, there's rules all over the place. Slow pitch, I'm trying to catch up with. And I want to back up to last year, because you were a big part of the state championship squad. As you went through that run last year, Katy, what do you remember most now looking back at last year's championships?
Well, I remember that we were just all trying to like stay calm because the nerves were really getting to us at the beginning because it's the first time that we ever made it to the championship in slow pitch. And so we just stayed calm and we just did our thing.
Well, you know, I've been very impressed with all the games now that I've done. In fact, your softball has become one of my favorite sports to watch. But that's because it just seems like you guys have been playing together for a long time. Is that true? And talk to me is that important or not on the softball field?
Yes, so a lot of us have been playing ever since we were 5 together, and we've played on travel ball teams together, many summers together, and so it builds bonds, and we have really great chemistry, and I feel like since we get along, it helps the team out a lot.
So in talking with Coach Cox and Coach Griffin, I'm really impressed with what they can do with you guys. Mm-hmm. As players and having them as coaches, what are some things that they may have taught you by being your head coach and your assistant coach that you'll be able to carry on beyond softball?
Oh, well, they teach us life lessons all the time. Like, we don't ever really talk about softball, to be honest, while we're practicing and stuff. We just talk about life things, and it's just outside life that we talk about that. Really, they're good conversations that we have. So
that's good, right? And it's so much more than that in high school athletics. I believe high school athletics is a vital part of the academic learning in our schools today. When you're with your group, when you're on that softball field, is there a knowledge that you guys are gonna win? Is it just almost an expectation? And if so, does that help you each game that you play?
Yeah, I think with our past winning a lot and stuff, we've kind of been used to it, so we kind of have to live up to that expectation that we've already set. And for the people below us, I think that they'll live up to that as well.
Well, I want to give a shout out as well to your family, one of the funnest families to be around, especially in the softball world. So let's give them a shout out. Who is that crowd that's always around yelling for the Baak out there?
My mom, Leah Johnson. My Nana, she takes all the photos, Kathy Thompson, and my grandparents are always there, and they're always shouting me out.
Big Charlie, yeah. It is great. Well, I want to say from my heart, congratulations on a great accomplishment last year, but I'm also got pretty high expectations for you guys this year, so I'm going to challenge you with that. All right, Katy?
Right, thank you.
Thank you. It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town, keeps everybody smiling, parties or gatherings, There's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic good time, at our Shawnee Sonic. Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. You'll find something you like inside the Clinic Pharmacy.
For over 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Hey, Coach Griffin, it's good to be here at the Branding Iron where they have good food, family atmosphere every day. Man, how cool is it to have senior leadership like you do on your team? Caty Baak to start with.
This is the first year we actually doubled our senior numbers this year. We actually have 2 this year instead of 1. Last year we graduated Jaden Haney, and she did a great job. And then same thing, the 2 seniors, Caty Baak and Katy Larsen, have done a really good job. Caty Baak, she's been one too that I got here when they were sophomores, and she's had to play a lot of positions for us, do a lot of things, and in slow pitch softball especially, she's been very important because she's pitched for us. I would say probably 75% of the games. Having a pitcher that's just as consistent as she is really helps us. And then also moving into the 1 hole this year, she, I believe, was 5 for 6 or 6 for 7 in the first 3 games of the season, hitting 5 home runs. So she's done a really good job, just a kid that has done a lot for us and continues to do a lot for us. And even the younger ones below her doing a really good job kind of guiding them.
Well, we're really blessed at North Rock Creek to have good kids, high character kids that are good leaders, and we see that in all of our seniors. We also saw KK earlier too. How does she influence your team?
KK, if you've been to any of our games, you've probably heard her. She's extremely loud, and most of the time it's for the positive. She does a really good job kind of leading our team emotionally. They all know that she's going to go lay out for a ball, do things right at the plate, have really good at-bats. Like I said, both seniors been there since they were sophomores, and they kind of had to take on a role as being leaders early because, when they were sophomores, they were one of our older ones because I think we had, 10 freshmen and a bunch of underclassmen, even though they kind of had to step into that role early. So this isn't anything new for them. They've been leaders since they were sophomores. So just this last year, because they're seniors, they want to go out with a bang. I know I've seen them working really hard in the off season, and they want to really leave a mark, and they already have on this program.
One thing we haven't discussed, we put a lot of value on academics. Your team has pretty much every year that I remember has had the Academic Achievement Awards given to you guys. Do you remember, has it been every year?
Every year. It's been something that's been really nice just to know that my players are taking care of business off the field as well. I never have to worry about that with them and, checking their grades and stuff. They hold themselves pretty accountable, and I think that's a testament to the parents that we have raising their kids right, and it makes our job as coaches a lot easier, knowing that we don't have to focus on that as much because they're already that's already been instilled in them and stuff. So that part of coaching at North Rock Creek is what made it really, really easy for me.
Well, it's good to be here at the Branding Iron again, and hopefully we'll finish this off and we can edit that last part.
We always ask for Action Physical Therapy, and we always recommend it to our friends. When we're in the orthopedic doctor's office, they always give us the option, well, you need physical therapy. Do you have a choice of where you want to go? And we always ask for Action because we know Katy and Andy Landys, and we trust the service and the care that we're going to get there.
I asked for Action.
Do you want an easy car buying experience? Caster Keys on Harrison. No hidden fees, no price gimmicks. Caster Key Auto Mart for a fair and convenient car buying experience. We are back at the Branding Iron with another champion, Katy Larsen, lovingly KK by everybody except me. I just learned that. Where did KK come from?
So I've played with Caty Baak my whole life, and we both have the same exact name. So my dad always called me KK, K-Dog, anything like that. So I always grew up with everyone in the softball atmosphere calling me KK.
I love that. Way to go, Michael. Hand out the nickname early. That's great. As you progressed through last year, and I heard a little bit from Caty Baak about this, but what's your fondest memories about last year's championship run during slow pitch?
I feel like everyone really underestimated us going into everything just because we were such a new school. And our year before we qualified for state, but we lost at our first round. But it was just like a great experience with all of our teammates and everything because we've all been super, super close since we were super young. So it was a great memory, like a core memory for us.
That is awesome. And I remember that quarterfinal banner out there on the fence when you came into fast pitch. And then you advanced to the semis or to the finals in fast pitch right after that, didn't
Yes, I believe that it was the finals right after that.
you? Okay, so you've been to 2 fast pitch finals. Is that correct, or 1?
No, we've been to 1, and then this last year we got beat out in the semifinals.
Okay, and then this will be your second year, hopefully, in going to the state championships in slow pitch. What's the biggest difference as you're playing softball, and you're out there in center field for all of it, right? What's the biggest difference for you between fast pitch and slow pitch?
For me, slow pitch, Coach Griffin has always taught us that your swing doesn't change. It's just timing. So learning that and everything, we've always talked about our swing and perfecting our swing. So he got to build our swings because we've never played slow pitch before we were new high school. So with that being said, I feel like it didn't change much for me. I feel like I almost hit harder after coming out of slow pitch because I'm so used to hitting those home runs.
Yeah.
And then being in center field, it's a little bit more action when you're in slow pitch, but I don't really see a difference in the field at all.
Well, it's amazing because I'm standing next to a petite young lady, but the last games we did, I think in that tournament you had 3 games and 4 home runs.
Yes.
What is the secret? How do you blast them like that?
I think it's really just we practice a lot. We go through a lot of practices. Griff critiques our swings perfectly, but
So
just a lot of
coaching,
practice. Yeah.
coaching helps you a lot, and that's for say because Caty Baak, our last guest, she had 6 home runs in that same tournament. It is crazy. I think that you had 8 different people in those 3 games on your team hit home runs.
Yes, we did.
What is the thing that Coach Griff or Coach Cox or both combined? What do they give you, KK, that you know that you're going to be able to take after this year, your senior year, and we're all going to miss you? What are you going to take forward from the coaching that you've had now the last 4 years here at North Rock Creek?
It's a lot different than any other coaching I've ever had in my life. They care not necessarily just about softball. They care about your life lessons, what are you doing outside of softball, like how are you becoming a better person, being just you. Like they encourage you to be yourself, just everything like that.
Well, it sure seems like you guys all have fun out there when you're
yeah.
playing softball. That's got to be a key.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun, especially on those bus rides home too.
Well, if you ever get a chance to get out and watch North Rock Creek slow pitch, these are 2 examples that I've been able to talk to, privileged to be able to talk to here. And remember, there is no better entertainment value than high school sports, and these young ladies are evidence of that. Hardesty Market in Dell, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials, just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat, and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market in Delhi. For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's. Bank First in Oklahoma offers a variety of personal and business banking services, including accounts, loans, treasury services, and more. Explore online. Wow, quality people. That's what I would have to say, Coach. You surround yourself with some great kids.
Yes, absolutely. Our senior leadership's amazing at North Rock Creek. They've been able to kind of see us grow from one freshman class all the way up to the senior class, and many of them have been here through the entire stage of that. But they've been great leaders for our kids, for our younger kids. It's good to see see that in young people, and they'll be able to apply that to their lives later on, and the things that they've learned as they grow.
Well, I love it that they take care of both in classroom with their academics, and we get to watch athletically out on the field. And it was nice to have Coach Griffin point that out, how important that is. And let's talk about those coaches. I mean, you have two of the best right here with us today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got one of the best coaching staffs in the state. I mean, I would put them up against anyone, and it's not about wins and losses. It's more about their character. I mean, they're just good people that want to do things right. They care about their families. They care about our kids at North Rock Creek. And one of the things we try to do at North Rock Creek is we try to educate the whole child, which includes education, the academic side of it, as well as the sports side of it. So, they do a good job of that, and all of our coaches know that that's what's important, and I'm just proud of them for that.
Yeah, as you should be. And we know that it's not just athletics, it's any of those extracurricular activities that a child may want to pursue, being able to give them that outlet. Now, I'm one of those, though, Coach. I'd challenge you a little bit. I'd say that was a great politically correct answer to say it's not about wins and losses, but it's a whole lot more fun for all of us when we're winning.
It is. And that's the thing. When you take care of those little things, wins come. I mean, that's just kind of part of it. And yes, you're right. When you win, it helps the whole atmosphere of the school and everybody involved. So, absolutely.
Well, congratulations to you. I want to make sure to say this. First time ever, just the second year eligible, you make it to the state tournament in basketball. Tell us about that run through this year and how special it was for you and your family.
It was very special. And it's an opportunity that some people don't get. And I realize that, and I know that it's, I'm very blessed to get that opportunity. And, I say this a lot, it's about the kids. If you have the right kids and try to do the right things, good things happen. And, coaching changes a little bit here and there from year to year, but if you have the right kids and they kind of take it from there, the best led teams are the ones that are led by themselves. And we just had great senior leadership this year, and so we just got the right draws and won the right games and did the things we needed to do to get there, and it was great atmosphere, great for our whole team. So.
And they had Assistant Coach of the Year, Mike Cox, right there next to you.
That's right.
And he's also on the bench for slow pitch, and he is helping state champion coach Chance Griffin. I mean, it's an exciting time for slow pitch softball.
It is. Anytime you have a lot of success the year before, it's always, it's a challenge to try to stay at that level. But I think, with the girls that we have and the coaches that we have, it's going to be a very attainable thing for us.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun for all of us to be able to watch. We want to give a big shout out to the two seniors, Katy Larsen and Caty Baak, for being with us. I mean, that's just the epitome. I mean, that shows you why they come out winning on the winning side so often.
Yes, absolutely. Great kids.
Thank you for being with us. Good family food every day here at the Branding Iron, and we're about to go enjoy some of that. It's smelling pretty good.
Sounds great.
The Cougar Coaches Show each month right here at the Branding Iron. And remember, Shawnee, all of us together, we're building community one season at a time.